Hey guys, Brad here with Nick.
What up?
At E3 2014, we just saw Dragon Age 3 Inquisition. It looked pretty good.
It did. Far
looked
more
pretty
open than Dragon Age 1 or 2.
It is
which
kind
a
of
nice
open
surprise.
world. You know, it's definitely the kind of game where I want to get in there and ask some questions of how it works, you know what I mean? Because they keep saying, like, you got these open areas. I don't know how they're connected or even if they are connected. but
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they're probably connected by loading screens.
yeah,
I
probably.
mean, they keep saying, I think the term they used yesterday during the demonstration was exploration zones. So it sounds like they have big, giant, open areas that are not, that are really, really, really big and really open, but they are interconnected with other areas via loading screens. So that's kind of the way I interpreted it, at least. So.
Well, they were definitely showing off kind of like the new combat system and how some of the new abilities and whatnot work in this demo. First thing I noticed is that, like, I feel like your character has a lot more movement, both in and out of battle. You can kind of sprint and jump, which is a good sign for any game that's trying to be open. Because when you're tied to the ground, I mean, like the first couple of Dragon Age were very pathy. You know, you would kind of get on like a path and you'd have to follow it as it winds around. But because you can kind of run and jump, it suggests that you're gonna more kind of be able to go where you want and when you want, which is a really good sign. But I also noticed that there's a lot more movement in combat as well. There's like backflips to get out of range, and even like mages and stuff can kind of like dash out of the way and stuff, which is cool. I mean, it suggests that it's you're going to have a lot more control over your character, and you're going to be taking less kind of cheap hits, automatic hits.
Let's also not forget you can swap between characters on the fly during battle, which kind of adds a little bit of extra traversal.
Well, you've always been able to do that, but one thing you haven't been able to do, especially in the console version, since Dragon Age 1 on the PC, is you're able to pause and kind of actually pull out to the tactical view. Only Dragon Age Origins on the PC could do that, and now all versions can do that, so you can, stop and issue commands and actually position units and carry out strategies.
I think
that
the
way,
new
which is
UI
cool.
that governs the tactical view, too, is really slick.
It
It seems really slick, although we didn't get our hands on it, of course, but, it looked really well designed and really easy to use, user-friendly, so...
Absolutely.
I don't know.
And this might be a small, tiny thing that most people don't care about, but I like how they finally freed up one of the bumper buttons so you have access to 8 active abilities in any given time versus 6. It always frustrated me because you put all these points into skills and you couldn't put them all on the face buttons, but now you have 8 instead of 6, which is kind of a huge deal to a guy like me.
Brad's a nerd.
Well, I was always concerned. You had one bumper to switch the character to, the left way, and then you had the other bumper to switch your character the right way. It was just useless. Now I'm glad it's tied to a skill.
Yes, it seems like they've learned a lot. What else did they talk about? They talked about mounts.
Talked about mounts.
You can ride horses.
And lizards and bears. And maybe towards the end of the game, maybe flying mounts. That would be great in any sort of open world game.
If you can't ride a dragon in this game, fail. It's a complete failure.
That's true.
I'm just kidding. That's a little harsh.
The character stuff looks good. The dialogue stuff looks good. It's definitely kind of how it was in Dragon Age 2 versus Dragon Age 1, which is fine. I remember I was worried going into Dragon Age 2 with the dialogue, but that was actually not where that game let me down. I thought that stuff was still a lot better than it is in the Mass Effect series. So that stuff still looks good. I will say I'm probably not going to be playing a female Kunari.
Kind of ugly.
Kind of uggo. But I don't know. The designs of the Kunari definitely seem cool, especially the males, which just look really mean.
Yeah, I mean, overall, character designs look really, really nice.
Hell of a lot better than Stin in the first game.
Very true.
I'm a Kunari. I'm slightly taller than you.
Are you speaking as yourself or as a Kunari?
That was Stin.
Okay. Also, one of the things that stood out to me during the demonstration there, of course, it wouldn't be a Dragon Age demonstration without a battle with a dragon.
Yes.
So there was a nice, lengthy fight with the dragon. One of the cool things about it, though, for the first time, I noticed that there were health bars for each edition for all the major limbs on the dragon.
Yes.
So you could actually strategize and end up taking out the health bar on, say, one of his front or back legs, and then essentially cripple it on the ground. So it would basically force him into the air, or if he was going to be on the ground, it would make him far less mobile and allow you to maybe move around him faster and get the upper hand, which was really cool. And really good animations for that, too. He looks really really hurt.
The game
looks
looks
kind of
good.
sad, actually.
The game looks good. Outside of maybe a shiny mage or two, the game looks really good. I don't know. It's Frostbite 2, I believe, this time. So
Heavily modified Frostbite 3, maybe. I don't know.
Frostbite 3 or 3 minutes. I don't know what Chris is trying to say, but Dragon Age 3 was pretty damn good.
It was. We're very excited. That's coming out October 7th, right
Oh,
in the middle, or
Lord.
right at the very beginning of Fucktober.
See, that's priority for me in October.
Oh, God.
Or no, Bayonetta is. I don't know. October.
Are you sure it's not Evil Within, Brad?
Octobergeddon. Evil Within. Oh, God.
Rest
Shadows
in
of
peace,
Mordor.
money. Rest in peace. All right. Thanks, guys. I guess that's going to do it for Dragon Age 3. It looks really cool. We have a lot more appointments, a lot of other stuff we got to play, but keep your eyes locked here at 4playernetwork.com for more impressions and podcasts and all that good shit. So, peace out.